Dear friends, today we will step into the wonderful world of global beverages together. These liquids, which flow through different cultures, not only satisfy people's taste buds but also carry the history and lifestyle of various regions. Next, we will start with non-alcoholic drinks and then explore the unique charm of alcoholic drinks, sorting them by the scale of their audience from largest to smallest. First up is the well-deserved drink of life, drinking water. It has no geographical or demographic restrictions, and 100% of the global population cannot live without it. Although it tastes pure and tasteless, different water sources endow it with subtle differences. Mineral water has a faint mineral aftertaste, while natural mountain spring water has an extra touch of sweetness. More notably, it is endowed with spiritual significance in many cultures. For example, the Ganges in India symbolizes faith, and the spring water from Mount Fuji in Japan represents purity. It is a common necessity across all civilizations. Following closely is tea, which has a history of thousands of years. Over 3 billion cups of tea are consumed worldwide every day. China is the largest consumer, followed by India, the United Kingdom, Japan, as well as Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa are also loyal lovers of tea. Tea from different regions has distinctly different flavors. Green teas like Longjing and Biluochun from China are fresh and elegant, with bean-like or chestnut-like aromas. Masala chai from India combines black tea with spices such as ginger and cardamom, and becomes rich and slightly warm with a spicy note when mixed with milk. Earl Grey tea from the UK is based on black tea, with a unique bergamot aroma, and is often drunk with milk. Moroccan mint tea blends green tea, mint leaves, and sugar, offering a sweet and refreshing taste, and you can experience different layers of flavor even after 3 infusions. Japanese matcha has a slightly bitter taste with a sweet aftertaste, and its green hue is rich and mellow, making it the protagonist in the tea ceremony. The culture behind tea is even more fascinating. Chinese Gongfu tea emphasizes harmony, respect, clarity, and tranquility. British afternoon tea is a symbol of elegant socializing. Turks use double-layered pots to brew tea for guests, and every sip is an inheritance of culture. Next, let's take a look at coffee, which is deeply loved by modern people. Over 2 billion cups of coffee are consumed globally every day. Brazil, the United States, and Germany are the top consumers. Italy and Turkey retain traditional ways of drinking coffee, and the Asian market is also growing rapidly. Different types of coffee have huge differences in taste. Italian espresso is rich and mellow, with a lingering caramel aftertaste, and it is also the sole base of cappuccinos and lattes. Turkish coffee is boiled with extremely fine powder, having a thick texture, and people can even tell fortunes using the coffee grounds after drinking. American cold brew coffee is slowly brewed with cold water for more than 12 hours, with a mild taste and no sourness, making it very pleasant to drink in summer. Vietnamese drip coffee is slowly dripped through a metal filter, and becomes sweet and smooth with the addition of condensed milk. Coffee has also integrated into the daily life of various regions. Italians stand at bar counters in the morning and wake up their vitality with a sip of espresso. Colombian coffee plantations carry the precious heritage of South American agriculture. Northern Europeans are fond of pour-over coffee, interpreting the aesthetics of life through exquisite brewing techniques. Then there are carbonated drinks with happy bubbles. The global annual sales volume exceeds 500 billion liters. The United States, China, and Mexico are the main markets, and they are indispensable in fast food restaurants. Cola-type drinks have a caramel sweetness, with a hint of bitterness hidden beneath, and strong bubbles. Lemon-flavored sodas are fresh, sweet, and sour, with fine and refreshing bubbles. Ginger ale has a spicy taste with a touch of sweetness, which can dispel cold when drunk in cold weather. Nowadays, it has become a symbol of globalization and can be seen at events like the Super Bowl in the United States and the Spring Festival in China. However, due to growing health concerns in recent years, low-sugar versions have become increasingly popular. There are also fruit juices that let you taste the flavor of sunshine. The global annual consumption exceeds 150 million tons. The United States, Brazil, and China are the top consumers. In Europe and America, orange juice is even a standard item on the breakfast table. Orange juice is fresh, sweet, and sour, full of vitamin C. Apple juice is mild and sweet, loved by both the elderly and children. Mixed fruit and vegetable juices like ocean spray cranberry juice have a sweet and sour taste with a hint of astringency, focusing on the concept of health. In a high-end market now, fresh squeezed fruit juices are becoming more and more popular, and cold-press technology has become the first choice for many people because it can better retain nutrients. Finally, let's talk about the nutritional leader among non-alcoholic drinks, milk and dairy beverages. The global annual consumption exceeds 800 million tons. India, the United States, and China rank among the top 3. Europeans and Americans prefer pure milk, while Asians are more fond of flavored milk. Pure milk has a rich milky aroma, and both UHT milk, long-life milk, and fresh milk have their own markets. Strawberry milk is sweet and delicious, and chocolate milk is rich and smooth. Yogurt has a fermented sweet and sour taste, and Greek yogurt is thicker. In terms of culture, Indian Ayurvedic medicine regards milk as a tonic, and the cheese culture in Europe has also given rise to many dairy drink variants, perfectly combining nutrition and flavor. After talking about non-alcoholic drinks, let's step into the world of alcoholic drinks. First is beer, the most down-to-earth one. The global annual sales volume exceeds 1.8 trillion liters. China, the United States, and Brazil are the top consumers, while Germany and Belgium are famous for craft beer. Different types of beer have vastly different flavors. Lager beer is refreshing with a slight bitterness and fine bubbles, and most of the industrial beers we usually drink fall into this category. Ale beer has a rich fruity aroma and a mellow taste, with British bitter beer being a typical representative. Stout beer has a rich burnt aroma and a dark black color, and Irish Guinness is well known worldwide. Beer has also created many characteristic scenarios. The Munich Oktoberfest in Germany attracts people from all over the world to celebrate. Belgian Abbey beer preserves a century-old brewing craft. In Chinese night markets, a few bottles of beer with snacks create the most lively atmosphere of daily life. Next is the elegant wine. The global annual consumption exceeds 30 billion liters. Italy, France, and the United States are the core markets, and Mediterranean countries have a long history of wine production. Red wine has a tannin astringency, accompanied by rich fruity flavors. Cabernet Sauvignon has a blackcurrant taste, while Merlot is softer. White wine is fresh and sour. Chardonnay has a hint of butter aroma, while Sauvignon Blanc has a herbal scent. Among sparkling wines, Champagne is the most famous, with fine bubbles and a refreshing taste, and only the sparkling wine produced in the Champagne region of France can be called champagne. The wine tasting culture is also very particular. The classification system of Bordeaux in France and the DOCG certification in Italy are both guarantees of quality, and every sip is a tribute to craftsmanship. There are also distinctly styled distilled spirits. The global annual consumption exceeds 50 billion liters, and distilled spirits from different regions have their own characteristics. Chinese Baijiu has flavors such as strong aroma, sauce aroma, and light aroma. The strong aroma type has a rich cellar aroma, the sauce aroma type is mellow with a sweet aftertaste, and the light aroma type is clean and refreshing. Russian vodka is pure and strong, especially suitable for making cocktails. Caribbean rum has a sugarcane sweet aroma, and Cuban rum even has a hint of smoky flavor, which is a key ingredient in Brazilian caipirinha cocktails. Whiskey also has many types. Scottish whiskey has a peaty flavor, while American bourbon whiskey has a caramel aroma, and each type is full of regional characteristics. Finally, there are traditional fermented wines that carry local memories. They are mostly popular in local areas but have a history of thousands of years. Japanese sake has a delicate rice aroma, divided into sweet, amakuchi, and dry, karakuchi, types. Korean rice wine makgeolli is sweet and sour with a slightly turbid texture, has a low alcohol content, and is very smooth to drink. Russian kvass is fermented from rye bread, with a sweet and sour taste and a hint of malt aroma, and its alcohol content is very low, making it more like a characteristic beverage. Every sip of these traditional fermented wines is filled with the taste of local history and life. Below is a summary and ranking of the entire video data.